town of Barra, where you have to board a ferry to cross into Banjul. There we saw hundreds of cars and thousands of people who earlier fled the political crisis trying to come back. It was a rush. It was a push and shove to get onto the ferry that can take only a few hundreds, and thousands were waiting to get on board the ferry. Eventually, we took the ferry and crossed over into Banjul. And on the ferry, I got to talk to a lot of Gambians who fled. People who are also caught up on this side but couldn't leave simply because they were afraid to go out. They all told us about their stories. People who never seen anything like this before since 1980s, and they were actually hunkered down in their houses because they can't go out. They were afraid that things could go bad, and they don't have enough to eat. So basically, we talked to some people, and a lot of people, especially members of the opposition who are coming back for the first time since they left, were saying that they are really expecting Adama Barrow to put in some drastic changes in this country so that things can work. A lot of people are complaining, a lot of expectations on the part of Gambians, both in the opposition and those who are now in the ruling party.
Okay, Ahmed, thank you. So that is the viewpoint from Banjul. That is the Gambian capital. So as we're saying, there's a new chapter that's really beginning for the country. Here's a quick look back at how we got here. Check out this video from our social video team.
He left for the love of the Gambia. He left for the sake of Africa.
Let's speak to Santa Toure. He's the UK coordinator for the United Democratic Party. He's joining us via Skype from Coventry to discuss the situation in Gambia. So I suppose the first order of business for Adama Barrow was to get Yahya Jammeh out of the country and out of office. And now that that has happened, what does Adama Barrow need to do next?
Thank you very much. The next step for Adama Barrow and the coalition government is, as he says, to create a national unity because President Jammeh has over the years divided the population within strong party lines. And for Jammeh, it's either you are with him or you are against him. There is no middle ground. So Adama Barrow, a man who came through a coalition of 8 political leaders, 7 political parties with 1 independent, brought together what we are calling an umbrella government. Therefore, his first task is to reach out to the APRC members for them to be part of his government and for him to rule without looking at party affiliation, to be the president for the entire country.
But here's the thing, when you look at the army and key institutions in the country, does Barrow have their support?
Currently, this is why the economic intervention forces, this is where they are going to, they will be of more use to him. It is to assess the army. Are they ready to be an army that will be away from politics? Yesterday, the Army Chief of Staff, Defense Staff, Usman Baji says that he is ready to put his faith in the hands of the government. And they are also ready to give 150% to the new administration. But the economic troops who are entering the country as we speak to come and help assess the situation will give their findings to the new administration as to their military assessment, because that is absolutely crucial and critical, because there are a lot of soldiers within the army who are loyal only to Yahya Jammeh, not to the Gambia. So that has to be assessed and properly dealt with.
And when you look at sort of the bigger picture and what exactly guaranteed, if I can say guaranteed at this point, this sort of peaceful transition of power, was it the involvement of ECOWAS, or was it something in the deal that was put forward to Jammeh that finally convinced him? What was it?
I think we have to give credit to ECOWAS, the United Nations, and to the African Union. It's a victory for diplomacy in the highest level because the coalition government at some point depended on the ECOWAS, lead mediators to sort of bring a truce, because we don't want any bloodshed, we don't want any conflict. And they understood that language, because Mr. Barrow was with the option that Jammeh will come to his senses. He would want us to deal with this as brothers, as Gambians, without external mediation. But all along, Jammeh thought that this is between him and Gambians. This is why he was using the state television to go on his subtle propaganda to say that no, the foreigners have nothing to do with this. This is between us. Let's deal with this our own way. And his way is use the army to threaten everybody.
Right.
So we would say that the ECOWAS mediators with the UN sort of brokered the deal.
Okay.
So the coalition administration are in good hands, are in the advantageous position so far.
Senator Toure, we thank you for joining us on the News Grid. So our social media producer, Leah Harding, is here, of course. Leah, following the story, and there have been celebrations, as you can see, in the celebrations continuing online.
They are. Well, we were covering them on Saturday, yesterday, but they do continue today on Sunday as Jammeh leaves the country into exile. A lot of celebratory posts around this hashtag. Gambia has decided. Saku here saying that the sun is smiling on Gambia.